ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's your fun-loving, animated, talking head friend, Callous Mind, back with another hard-hitting live cast episode. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about a variety of sports stories, including but not limited to some Major League Baseball, NFL, and we're going to talk about an important story that I recently seen in the news. So, without further ado, let's jump in and get started. Before I do, I just want to remind everyone that I have already made my Super Bowl pick, and that pick is the Kansas City Chiefs. I made that pick in last week's episode of this very same show. That was episode 19. This is episode 20. So, without further ado, we can go ahead and jump on into this. And this is probably, arguably, the most important, or a very important story. You know, if you follow either one of these teams. Detroit Lions dealing Matthew Stafford to Los Angeles Rams for Jared Goff picks, sources say. So this was from January 30th. Detroit Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford is heading to the Los Angeles Rams in exchange for quarterback Jared Goff and a multitude of draft picks, sources told ESPN's Adam Schefter on Saturday night. The Lions will receive a third-round pick in 2021, a first-round pick in 2022, and a first-round pick in 2023 in what is the first exchange of former number one overall picks in the common draft era since 1967. The deal cannot be made official until the start of the new league year on March 17th. Following news of the trade, the Rams Super Bowl odds for the 2021 season moved from plus 1,800 to plus 1,500 at Caesars Sportsbook by William Hill. It's the first big move made by new Lions general manager Brad Holmes, who was hired earlier this month from the Rams, for whom he was the director of college scouting. That was Holmes' role when the Rams traded up from the number 15 selection to take Goff first overall in the 2016 NFL Draft, making a splash in their return to LA after 21 seasons in St. Louis. The Rams will not make another first-round selection until at least 2024. So we will see how this turns out. I got to say that my initial feeling about this isn't a good one as far as a Cardinals fan goes, because now Matthew Stafford is going to be in the division with the Cardinals, and for whatever reason, the Cardinals seem to have some problems with the Lions, and I gotta believe that he was part of the reason. So it will be interesting to see what happens. See if the Rams' Achilles heel was really Jared Goff, or if it was something else. But only time will tell. Excuse me while I get a drink before I start this next story. No one elected to Baseball Hall of Fame. Curt Schilling requests removal from writer's ballot. Ooh, spicy. This from January 26th. For the first time since 1960, the membership of the National Baseball Hall of Fame will remain frozen. No player on the Hall's 2021 Baseball Writers Association of America ballot reached the 75% threshold needed for enshrinement in Cooperstown. The results of the voting were announced by Hall of Fame President Tim Mead on Major League Baseball Network on Tuesday night. The leading vote-getter was controversial pitcher Curt Schilling, who was named on 71.1% of the ballots, 16 votes shy of the minimum needed for selection. Schilling was followed by all-time home run leader Barry Bonds and 354 game winner Roger Clemens. All three former All-Stars were in their ninth year of eligibility on the ballot, leaving them one more chance next winter. Players get 10 shots at enshrinement via the writers' voting before moving on to consideration by one of the Hall's various era-based veterans committees. However, Schilling, in a lengthy letter to the Hall that he also posted to Facebook, asked to be removed from the writers' ballot next year. His letter stated, "I will not participate in the final year of voting. I am requesting to be removed from the ballot. I'll defer to the Veterans Committee and men whose opinions actually matter and who are in a position to actually judge a player," Schilling wrote. "I don't think I'm a Hall of Famer, as I've often stated, but if former players think I am, then I'll accept that with honor." Hall of Fame Board Chairman Jane Forbes Clark said in a statement that the board will consider the request at their next meeting. The support for Bonds and Clemens has mostly plateaued in recent years as the writers' positions on players associated with the steroid era have become largely entrenched at a level leaving them just shy of the threshold. Last year, Clemens was named on 61% of ballots, while Bonds was at 60.7%. Schilling, on the other hand, has seen his vote share climb from 45% in 2017 to 70% last year. Historically, most players who reach the 70% level eventually garner enough support to land in Cooperstown. However, backlash against Schilling's public and social media comments appears to be limiting his support. I gotta say that the reality of this, Bonds and Clemens associated with a steroid era, this may be true, and I guess you can say that tainted their achievements or prolonged their career, possibly. But the reality is, at least for Bonds, that steroids or no steroids, it's not going to be able to make you hit a baseball any better. Now, the chances of you hitting that baseball further when you hit it, yeah, that could probably be argued. As far as Clemens goes, it would have probably helped, career longevity and getting to lasting long enough to post the kind of numbers that he posted. But, were they banned substances at the time? I don't know. I have kind of mixed feelings about this because the reality is that if they were not banned substances, then I think for these writers to be clutching their pearls and saying, oh my God, these guys cheated. If it wasn't on the banned substance list, then were they really cheating? That's the question. And then, the other thing is, it could be seen as unnatural, but the reality is, and I've said this before, that I think that the steroid era helped baseball. It helped put money in Major League Baseball's pockets, as well as probably every team in Major League Baseball. It brought the fans out, and I think today's salaries have been directly impacted by the presence of steroids in Major League Baseball, period. Now, you can agree with me or disagree with me, and that's fine, but I'm just saying that, if you look at the track of salaries, and, if you go back and look at Kirk Gibson, what did the 1988 National League MVP make, and what did the, say, 2018 National League MVP make? How separated were they in dollars? And I don't have these numbers right in front of me, but I'm just kind of throwing this scenario out there. So to think that, steroids didn't impact or don't still have a continuing impact on baseball, at least salary-wise, is ludicrous, in my opinion. But of course, that's my opinion. All right, so next story up. This is one that may actually get this video banned, and this video will be diced up and put on Rumble as well, just in case Google decides that they want to ban this video. But this is from Fox 10 Phoenix, and says it was originally published 6 days ago and updated 5 days ago. Orange County healthcare worker dies after receiving second COVID-19 vaccine shot. Official cause of death pending. So, Santa Ana, California editors note this story has been revised to clarify that Tim Zook received his second COVID-19 vaccine on January 5th and started feeling ill roughly 2 days later. He did not die until 4 days later on January 9th. His official cause of death is still pending, so keep that in mind. It says an Orange County healthcare worker has died days after receiving his second dose of Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine. It was reported Tuesday. The coroner has said the cause of death is inconclusive for now, and further toxicology testing will take months. Tim Zook, 60, worked as an X-ray technologist at South Coast Global Medical Center in Santa Ana. On January 5th, Zook posted a photo of his COVID-19 vaccination card with the caption, "Never been so excited to get a shot before. I'm now fully vaccinated after receiving my second Pfizer dose." Just 2 hours after receiving his second dose, he started experiencing abdominal pain and breathing difficulties. His health spiraled downward and he died 4 days later. The doctors believe that his body reacted to something after he took the vaccine, and they called it an inflammatory reaction, said his wife of 27 years, Rochelle. It was so intense that it started attacking major organs and he never had a chance to recover. His family said he had high blood pressure and was slightly overweight, but other than that, he was quite healthy. Zook's wife said her husband was a proponent of the vaccine and that she does not blame any pharmaceutical company. He believed in vaccines. I'm sure he would take that vaccine again, and he'd want the public to take it, she said. She said she believes there needs to be more research done in cases of severe reactions to the vaccines because although they are rare, they can be fatal in some cases. Despite their tragic loss, the Zook family believes people still need to be vaccinated. The message is take the vaccine because it is far more greater to die from COVID than to die from a result of a vaccine, said Rochelle. Zook's death has been reported to the National Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, run by the Food and Drug Administration and Centers for Disease Control. The Orange County Coroner's Office told Fox 11 that if there is any correlation between his death and the vaccine, it will notify the OC Healthcare Agency. We need to continue the investigations and see what this gentleman passed away from, said Dr. Nathan Newman, the lead physician at Santa Monica Urgent Care. He's taken both doses of the Pfizer vaccine and says serious problems are extremely rare. People are worried, they're afraid, but I think they should be reassured that studies were done with tens of thousands of people. Very few serious reactions occurred, and the benefits of receiving the vaccination far outweighs any of the risks that we're seeing, said Newman. Article goes on. On Saturday, authorities said that an investigation into the death of a 64-year-old man in Northern California shortly after he received the coronavirus vaccine has revealed that the man had recently tested positive for coronavirus and was showing signs of illness when given the vaccine. Clinical examination and lab results have determined the COVID-19 vaccine has been ruled out as a contributing factor in the individual's death, the Placer County Sheriff's Office wrote in a post on Facebook. The CDC has released information after learning of severe allergic reactions in some cases to the COVID-19 vaccine and recommends if a person has ever had a severe allergic reaction to any ingredient in COVID-19 vaccine, then they should not get that specific vaccine. This does not mean that everyone with bad allergies is barred from getting it. CDC recommends that people with a history of severe allergic reactions not related to vaccines or injectable medications, such as allergies to food, pet, venom, environmental, or latex, may still get vaccinated. See, people with a history of allergies to oral medications or a family history of severe allergic reactions, or who might have a milder allergy to vaccines, may also still get vaccinated. So, there you go. And this section comes from Dan Bickley of Arizona Sports, and I kind of summed this article up to somebody who's never satisfied, we'll say. And this is from January 28th. Cardinals should seize opportunity to make run at Deshaun Watson. Wow. Just talking about just tossing Kyler Murray out, man. Let's see. So Bickley starts the article. We are not a city of champions. We are a collection of masochists. Our major professional sports franchises are a tapestry of tumult yet again. Heads up, Phoenix. It can always get worse. We could always be Houston, and all things considered, it wouldn't hurt to pick up the phone and see if their NFL team would like to swap quarterbacks. Consider. Just over 54 weeks ago, the Texans led the Chiefs 24-zip in a playoff game. There were 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. The football world was stunned. It had been quite a journey for Houstonians who live in a highly populated city without a recognizable skyline or any distinguishable features. Their sports scene was even worse. Their beloved Oilers once blew a 32-point lead in a playoff game and left for Tennessee. After 5 decades without a title, the Astros cheated their way to the top, becoming the scourge of baseball. The Rockets have been a long-standing debacle, no D. Their only championships coming after Michael Jordan's unexpected retirement, where James Harden just left in a contentious divorce. But the Texans have topped them all, becoming the NFL franchise to avoid at all costs, one that now wears a scarlet letter. Since January 2019, the Texans have lost Tyrann Mathieu to the Chiefs, traded Jadeveon Clowney to Seattle, traded DeAndre Hopkins to Arizona for a washed-up David Johnson after that faithful playoff game in January 2020 where the Chiefs scored 51 of the game's final 58 points, and we've learned that Deshaun Watson has formally requested a trade. Fans in Houston are trapped in a metaphorical hell, a sporting Hades, and if you've been there during the summer, the climate is nearly the same, but there are many points of interest moving forward. Are Watson's demands ushering in an era of player empowerment, a movement that has swept the NBA where professional basketball players feign disappointment, disrupt team harmony, and do whatever necessary to get traded to a city of their choosing? LeBron James started the trend. Kevin Durant took it to another level, joining a 73-win team he couldn't beat in the playoffs. Eric Bledsoe tweeted his unhappiness from a hair salon. Anthony Davis bailed on New Orleans. Harden couldn't get along with Chris Paul or Russell Westbrook, forcing his way to Brooklyn. Watch out, NFL. Watson and Lions star Matthew Stafford have recently requested trades, which Stafford, we already know, has actually been traded. A Packers Aaron Rodgers might be mulling the same. It's a dangerous time for a league that has always protected the stability of smaller markets. In Arizona, the bigger issue is whether the Cardinals should seize the opportunity to make a run at Watson. The answer is yes, definitely. Wow. Watson is a top-shelf elite, from courage to passion, from pocket quarterback to dual threat, from arm talent to leadership. He's 25 and as close to a sure thing as you'll find at the position. Kyler Murray is on a much different journey and may one day end up in the same place. He goes on to say, but it's a no-brainer. If you can convince Watson to approve a trade to Arizona, signing off on our climate, a user-friendly organization, and a reunion with Hopkins, the Cardinals should most certainly offer a fair price in return. A Texas schoolboy legend in Murray in either Isaiah Simmons or a first round pick in 2022. That might get it done and certainly worth a phone call. After all, it's the Texans. So I can kind of see where Bickley's coming from when he talks about this, but at the same time, I mean, we've had Kyler Murray for 2 seasons. I mean, it seems a bit hasty to just go ahead and discard the guy and in favor of Deshaun Watson. But I mean, maybe it would work. I mean, I think I'll give Bickley the benefit of the doubt and say that he knows more about sports than I do, and because he's covered it for years and years and years and years. So, but I'm just not so sure that we should just so hastily give up on Kyler Murray. But that's just my opinion. So, I have some other stories for y'all, but give me 1 second here because I need to get another drink. Well, shoot. Man, that's an awful time for that to sign me out. Good Lord. All right. Well, there was another story I wanted to talk about. Kind of hits me in the heart because it has to do with the Red Sox. And so give me 1 second here and I'll get it pulled up. All right, so I think this is the last story we'll go over today. I had some others on the list, but my computer signed me out, and I can't access my password right now without displaying it on this screen, so I'm not going to do that. But this from February 1st, Boston Red Sox. Dustin Pedroia announces retirement from Major League Baseball. So Boston Red Sox second baseman Dustin Pedroia, who hasn't played since 2019 because of a knee injury suffered 2 seasons earlier, announced his retirement Monday. Could it have ended better and I finished my career the right way? Yeah, of course, Pedroia said on a Zoom call with the media, but there was a reason I was the first one dressed at 5:30 for a 7 o'clock game. I always tell my teammates that you never know if the game is going to start early. My biggest thing in my mind was that this could be my last game and you don't know. That's the best way I approached it from Little League on, and I had the best time playing. As recently as January 2020, Pedroia planned to return to the baseball field, working with the Red Sox training staff to rehabilitate his knee. After waking up one morning with his knee once again swelling, he learned he would need a partial knee replacement. Due to the coronavirus pandemic, the surgery was delayed until December 2020. I wasn't in a good place. I grinded every day just to be able to play with my kids and just live a normal life, Pedroia said. My knee was bad and I'm a young guy. I had the surgery and a week later I could tell I could walk without pain. I could do everything except run. I can't run anymore, but who needs that? Once I had the surgery, nobody had ever played with a partial knee replacement. If it breaks, my life would be severely impacted by it. He continued, it wasn't physically possible for me to continue to play baseball with a partial knee replacement, so once I got that done, I knew. Pedroia had struggled to walk up the stairs, and he could not stand in one place for a long period of time without feeling pain or needing ice. Every day I would break down. I didn't show it to my wife and kids, but I would go into the bathroom and chill a little bit and break down because it's hard, Pedroia said. When I was in Little League, I'd get up at 5 in the morning for a noon game. I did this my entire life. To have it just stop and then you fight to get it back, it's tough. Everybody that was around me knows how hard I worked to try to get back, and that's enough for me. Pedroia, 37, a four-time All-Star, was named American League Rookie of the Year in 2007 and American League MVP in 2008. Played his entire 17-season professional career in the Red Sox organization. He won 3 World Series rings. Yeah! And was a 4-time Gold Glove winner. Dustin is so much more than his American League Most Valuable Player award, his All-Star Game selections, and the Gold Gloves he's amassed throughout his impressive 17-year playing career in our organization, Red Sox owner John Henry said in a statement. Dustin came to represent the kind of grit, passion, and competitive drive that resonates with baseball fans everywhere and especially with Red Sox fans. He played the game he loves in service to our club, its principles, and in pursuit of championships. Most of all, we are forever grateful to him for what he brought to our club and our region as an important role model, showing all of us how much one can accomplish with determination and hard work. Pedroia's knee troubles began in April 2017 when then Baltimore Orioles star Manny Machado took him out with a hard slide at second base. Since then, he has undergone multiple surgeries on his left knee, beginning with the initial procedure on October 2017. He played just 9 games total between 2018 and 2019 seasons. When asked whether he feels any lasting resentment about the Machado slide that effectively ended his career, Pedroia said he has moved on from the play. That play could have happened my rookie year. When you play second base and you play second like me, you hang on to the last possible second to get the ball. You watch it. If there's a slim chance at a double play, there's one guy on planet Earth that can turn it, and you're talking to him. It happened, Pedroia said. I'm at peace with everything that me and the training staff and the doctors did, everything we possibly could do, could to try to continue to play baseball. We made it back. I played 9 games, and 90% of the doctors said there was 0 chance that I could play. So, as a Red Sox fan, I can honestly say that I will miss you, Dustin Pedroia, and thank you for your service. And I believe you were also an Arizona State Sun Devil, so that is super cool. But we will miss you nonetheless, sir. So, let me go over here, check out the live stream, see if any comments. Nope, don't look like Adam said anything, so that's cool. But I do just want to take the time to thank everyone for watching, and I do sincerely appreciate the viewership. As always, I hope you guys are all doing well, your families are happy, healthy, and staying safe. And please be good to yourselves and each other. And until next Tuesday at 1:30 p.m., take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you guys soon. God bless.